Now, in the last class, we have discussed about what is the need assessment and training need assessment, and also various questions we have discussed. And also we have discussed about the when training has to be given, and also we have discussed about the adult learning principles, okay, and how you have to fix that. That also we have discussed, and related questions which are usually asked in the ASP CSP examination, that also we have discussed. Now we are moving into the next topic, which is ADDIE model. This is quite important one. They won't be asking, say, in the CSP ASP examination, they won't be asking directly ADDIE model. You should not by heart what is ADDIE model and all. That is not required at all. Mostly the questions are application based. Okay. So they will be testing your knowledge. They will be testing your understanding. Okay. So don't worry. We will be first same pattern. Our training pattern is same. We'll be first understanding concept के बारे में समझेंगे. Concept के बारे में समझने के बाद we will be going for the previous year's question papers. Okay, previous year's question papers from this topic. Okay, from this topic. So this is what we have discussed in the last time also in the first session of domain 7. We have done in the same manner, same methodology we will be adopting here also. So what is this ADDIE model? ADDIE means what? Analyze, design, develop, and implement and evaluate. Okay. This is similar to our PDCA model. PDCA means what? Plan, do, check, and act. First you have to plan, then you have to do, then you have to check what you have done, and then you have to act, then you have to. So there is a circle in that same model you are using for your training also. Okay. So if the training program is failing, the answer is almost that some step or any of the step of ADDIE was skipped or not done properly. So usually in the question, they will be asking, what is this step? Okay, in which category this is coming? Like, is it analyze or is it design or something like that? Don't by heart. Very easy to understand. So first one is analyze. Analyze is the most critical step. Most of the questions are coming from this section, okay, which is our need assessment. Already in the first lecture, we have discussed what is need assessment, when we have to do this need assessment, and a couple of questions also we have discussed. If you have not gone through this, directly coming into this video means first to go through that also, okay. That will be beneficial for you. So first step is analyze. We have to analyze if the training is required or not. That is the first step. Okay, as we have said in the last training is not the solution every time. Sometimes this will be resource problem. Sometimes it will be supervision problem. Sometimes it will be some other problem. So for that and all, you cannot write training is a solution. Training is one of the solution. And if that is apply only, that is training is applicable. Training कब चलता है? जब there is skill gap, when there is knowledge gap. Okay, when there is knowledge problem or when there is skill problem, then only training is suitable. So analyze is the most critical step. Always determine if training is actual solution. If the problem is refusal or lack of tools, training is the wrong answer. If they are not motivated, if they are not willing to do the work, if they are in continuous strike, training is not the solution. Okay, if the question asks for first step of this is need assessment. First, you have to assess the need. First, you have to understand the need, if training is required or not. Okay, if training is required, after assessing the needs, you understood that training is required, then you have to go for the designing the training course. So objectives are set here. What do you want to do the training? It is set here. If the training feels random or weak, the training is not good, or if you are feeling tired, bored, etc., then the design phase was skipped. Okay. If the program has no clear goal, the missing step is design. Then you have to develop the training. Develop means what? The slides are created. So we are taking so much pain by for creating this training program. What we are doing, we are taking the past question papers with the syllabus and with the notes we are making. And this is the development phase. Okay. This is where you build or slides, test, props, etc. Okay. So first one, we are analyzing whether the training program is required or not. If training program is required, then you are actually what you are doing, designing the program, and then you are developing the program, and ADDIE, then you are implementing the program. That means you are giving the training. Okay. Focus on logistics, right mode. Then OJT means on-job training, classroom training, what type of training you are giving, that is implementing. And then you are evaluating whether the training program was correct or not, whether it was effective or not. Then you are taking students feedback. Okay, or you are checking whether the behavior, whether they are doing this after getting the training, whether they are implementing it properly or not in the site. If behavior has not changed despite high test score, the evaluation was too shallow. Very, very important. That is why I have given in the bold one. If the behavior has not changed despite having high test score, the evaluation was too shallow. See, evaluation itself is a big topic. We will see in the one of the videos. Evaluation, we have discussed Ketripak's model in the separate short video form I have uploaded in our YouTube video. Okay. Evaluation, 4 levels of evaluation are there. First level, just you are reacting. Yes, the training was very good. Yes, very good. Then you are what you are doing. Then they are testing your score. If you have got very high score, but still after going to the site, you have failed miserably. Evaluation not good. Okay. If you are doing in the site also, you are doing properly, but overall company does not get any kind of benefit, then what is the use of training? That is Ketripak's model. We will see in detail. Don't worry. Okay. So that is evaluation. Evaluation is very important. The first step in training program development is need assessment. This is just a summary that I have given. Many times we have discussed this. Even the previous question paper we have discussed. Very important. If written scores are high but unsafe behavior continues, the best next step is usually on-job performance observation. Best evaluation. देखो best evaluation क्या है? आपको कोई पूछेगा what is the best evaluation? Always on job performance objective. You are checking whether they can do the job performance or not. That is the best evaluation. The strongest evaluation is tied to job performance, behaviors in the field, compliance with the standard, reduction in unsafe act or incidents. Okay. Now, that means you can understand whether the person has understood the training or not by giving exams. Exam लिखने के बाद आपको समझेगा नहीं कि training अच्छा है कि नहीं, exam copy करेगा. How you can understand whether the training was effective? Job performance देखो, तब समझेगा. उनका behavior in the field, that means job performance itself, field में कैसे behave करता है. Then you will understand the training was good or bad. Now, training objective, very important. Okay, training objective is very important topic. Objectives में 3 components है. We will get into that. Objective can describe what the worker can do, not what the trainer will cover. Okay. Objective means what? Training objective means हमेशा there is a misconception. Very important point. See, training objective means maybe before going to a training, before you are doing, see, you are a trainer. Okay, आप एक trainer है. आप ट्रेनिंग सिखा रहे हैं. फर्स्ट थिंग व्हाट यू विल बी डूइंग, एम ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग यू विल बी सेइंग फर्स्ट स्लाइड. सेकंड स्लाइड you will be saying objective of the training. Okay, then index page, what you will be covering in the training. See, this is what the trainer is telling, the aim of the training. My aim is this, my objective is this. But actually, what is the training objective? Training objective is what? Objective that describes what worker can do. Worker क्या करेंगे? That is the training objective, not the trainer क्या सिखाएंगे. ये ट्रेनिंग के बाद वर्कर में क्या चेंजेस आएंगे, that is the training objective. Objective must be SMART. SMART is an acronym, you know that. It should be specific, measurable, achievable, then it should be time bound and it should be realistic. Okay, that is SMART. ये सब कुछ पूछेगा नहीं. SMART का acronym क्या है? CSP ASP is not interested in such things. Application level questions. Okay. So objectives must be, basically objectives should be clear होना चाहिए. Objective क्या है? ये ट्रेनिंग के बाद आपको क्या समझेंगे? It should be clear. It should be measurable. कितना समझेंगे? नहीं तो उसके बाद क्या आपको कर सकेंगे? It's not like ये ट्रेनिंग में मुझे सब कुछ समझ में आया. I understood everything. How much you understood? Not everything. I understood how to do the gas testing by using a gas monitor. With this much efficiency, I can do. With 75% efficiency, I can do. That is measurable. Not like I can do the gas testing. No, it's not measurable. It should be job related. So that is the training objective. Okay. So objective has 3 components. There should be a condition for the objective. There should be a performance for the objective, and there should be standard for the objective. Condition, performance, and standard, very important. Many of the times questions are coming in this. Okay, condition means what? It is, don't buy her condition, performance, standard, condition, performance, standard पूछेगा नहीं. Okay, condition means in a given condition. Okay, what is the performance that you can do? Given a gas monitor, आपको एक gas monitor देंगे तो you can perform the bump test in the gas monitor with 100% accuracy within 2 minutes. That is the objective of the training. Not like I can do the gas testing if you're giving me gas monitor. No, that is not the objective. ऑब्जेक्टिव इज इट शुड बी स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए, उसमें मेजरेबल होना चाहिए, क्लियर होना चाहिए, जॉब रिलेटेड होना चाहिए. दैट इज वाई if you are given a gas monitor, you can do the gas testing, you can perform the gas testing, bump test, that is action, some kind of action you have to do. Okay, action words are also important. That also they are asking. See, I understood. That is not an action word. What you understood, how much you understood, we don't know. I know that I can do that. No, no. What? No. How much you know? आपको कितना समझ में आया? किसी को मालूम नहीं. It is not measurable. Objective should be measurable. We are telling it should be clear. It should be measurable. I I appreciate. I appreciate your training. Your training was good. क्या appreciate? दूसरा कोई सुनेगा बोलेगा क्या training? So the appreciate is not an action verb. I can learn. No, beware of it. These are all not action verbs. Use identify these sets of things. It is an action word. Demonstrate the use of, that is an action word. Demonstrate karna hai. Calculate karna hai. List, inspect, select. Very, very important. Questions are coming. Please by heart. Okay. Very, very important. Given a scaffold inspection checklist, the trainee will identify all unsafe scaffold conditions with 100% accuracy. See, 100% accuracy. It is measurable. Trainee will be able to identify. Identify means what? What is identify? Identify. It is actually an action verb. Identify, demonstrate, calculate, list, inspect, select. These are action words. Don't by heart. Just samjho. There is an action in that. There is a condition in that. There is a performance in that. There is a standard in that. Okay, fine. Moving into the next topic, that is need assessment. Already need assessment में हम लोग discuss किया था last lecture, last video, first video में. So need assessment is the first thing, whether the training is required or not. Okay, it is a diagnostic tool to determine if the training is the right medicine. Training is only the answer if there is lack of knowledge or skill. This is many times we have said this. Training is only effective if there is skill problem, if there is knowledge problem. If there is knowledge problem, you train them. If there is skill problem, practice, practice, practice. Okay. If attitude problem, culture problem, motivation problem, that is not a training issue. One of the biggest example we told in the last class also. See, at 5 o'clock, at 4:45, people are stopping the job, or people not stopping the job. People are taking shortcuts and they are leaving the site. Okay, they are running in an unsafe manner and they are going to the bus and sitting at 5 o'clock. If they are properly doing the job, it will take 5:30. But still, they are taking the shortcuts. They are doing in an unsafe manner and they are going and sitting, or they are leaving the job at 5 o'clock. Now, why they are doing this in an unsafe manner? Not because they don't have training. उन लोग training का problem नहीं है. उन लोग unsafe में कर रहे हैं because their motivation to get home is higher than the motivation to do in a safe manner. That is the root cause. Okay, so that is the need assessment. Either training problem नहीं है, training solution नहीं, इधर और कुछ solution आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा. Okay, training is appropriate when there is true gap in knowledge, skill and ability to perform the task. Okay, that is very important. हमेशा question आता है. Training is usually not the primary answer when the problem is refusal to follow rules, poor supervision is there, weak enforcement is there, production pressure is there. When production pressure, सुपरवाइजर इज डांटता है और काम करवाता है, अनसेफ में काम कर रहा है. ट्रेनिंग इज नॉट एन इश्यू हियर. सुपरविजन प्रेशर इज एन इश्यू. वीक एनफोर्समेंट, पुअर सुपरविजन. ओके, these are all not training problems. Performance based training. See, performance based training means the purpose is not simply to transfer information. It is to solve a specific job, a performance problem. Okay, so performance based training, not simply giving the training. Okay, means purpose is to not simply to transfer information. It is to solve. देखो ये training हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? What is this training? What we are doing now? This is an ASP CSP training. Now, why I am giving you fact syllabus? Then we are talking about the facts, or we are talking about the concepts, and then we are discussing about the previous year's question paper. Why? Because performance. This is a performance-based training. Our main aim is to pass this ASP CSP examination, not anything else. So that is why our training itself is oriented towards that. So performance based training means some job related performance के लिए हम लोग कर रहा है. Now, when you are doing this training, low retention and high retention. See, high retention, always retention means you can recall the training. When the training is having high retention, when it is active training. Active means what? You are giving demonstrations, stimulations, on-job training, peer teaching. You are doing things. Passive means just suno, lecture suno, okay, just reading. It is passive. When you are just reading and learning, it is very passive. Okay, you will not recall in the examination. But when you are teaching someone, when you are doing, when you are demonstrating, all those things you are doing, which is active learning, you can easily recall in the examination. Scenario: when a worker passes a written test with 100% but still get injured. The problem is the training was knowledge based, not performance based. Okay, very important, huh? Not scenario when the worker passes a written test. Okay, we already told worker Ketrapac's model में भी ये explain कर रहा है. Worker pass हो गया लेकिन फिर भी injured हो गया because pass हो गया, he was good in knowledge base, but when it came to the practical application, he failed. This we can easily explain with Ketrapac's model, but Ketrapac's model आने दो, we will explain. Okay, in 4th or 5th class we will come into that. Now delivery method. Correct delivery method is not the cheapest or the easiest one. The best delivery method is which matches the objective of the training. Okay, objective. What is the objective? See, each training has different objective. Now, if you want knowledge, if you want to give knowledge, if you want to give fact, then you can give lecture, discussion, reading, etc. If you want to improve the skill means what? You give demonstration, give on-job training, practice, stimulations, etc. If you want to make some kind of behavioral change, BBS training, then it should be coaching, observation, feedback, supervision, etc. So what is the objective समझने के बाद आपको ट्रेनिंग देना है. अगर आपको फैक्ट, ओशा का फैक्ट आपको समझाना है, लेक्चर दे दो. अगर आपको बिहेवियर चेंज करना है, इफ यू वांट टू चेंज द बिहेवियर, देन कोचिंग देना है, रीइंफोर्समेंट देना है. ओके, फीडबैक करना है, उनको समझाना है, सी व्हाट यू डन वाज रॉन्ग, यू हैव टू डू इन दिस वे. दैट इज कोचिंग. स्किल परफॉर्मेंस, शो द डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन. So based on the objective, you have to change your training method also. But basic thing is active participation usually leads to better retention than passive listen. Okay, active training is always having higher retention. So in this knowledge recall, skill performance, behavioral correction, skill performance and behavior correction is having higher retention than knowledge recall. Evaluation, stronger evidence of effectiveness, direct observation, skill demonstration, behavioral follow-up, and reduced error and incidents. And weaker evidence means, देखो, if you are just giving weaker evidence of evaluation is if you are just after the training, just you are taking the attendance sheet. Okay, just you are asking them what was the satisfaction, are you satisfied with my training? That is all weak evidence. But if you are just after the training just going to the site and checking whether they are able to do the job in a safe manner, whether their behavior has changed or not, whether their unsafe behavior has changed or not, that is the strong evidence. Just by asking them, it is the weak evidence. Okay, now 3 domains of learning. This is very confusing but we have devised ये ऐसा हम structured manner में लिखा है, आपको बहुत easy. Okay, 3 domains of learning. First one is cognitive domain, second one is affective domain, and third one is psychomotor domain. Okay, ये structure में डाला है, very easy. देखो, cognitive, affective and psychomotor. Cognitive, affective and psychomotor सुनने में थोड़ा confusing लगेगा. Cognitive means what? Cognitive means fact, OSHA facts, etc. are cognitive. Affective means what? Affection is coming from the heart. That is your behavioral change, your behavioral etc. changes will come in this affective. That is storytelling, testimony, group discussion, etc. will come in affective training. And then psychomotor means what? Psychomotor means what? Demonstration. Okay, that is a hands-on training, etc. will come in psychomotor. That is the 3 domains of learning. See, when you are learning, first one, you will be by hearting the fact. Okay, that is the normal thing. You will be by hearting the fact. That is cognitive thing. Once you by heart the fact, then you will understand by the heart. Okay, not by hearting it, but you will understand. There will be a change in your behavior. When there is change in the behavior, that is effective learning. When there is change in the behavior, that is effective learning. And then finally, you will be doing it in the site. That is demonstration. That is psychomotor. Okay, cognitive domain used when the worker must remember, understand, etc. Okay, that is the best method for understanding the fact. You will be using cognitive. Affective domain used when the worker must value safety, responsibility, support life. That means your behaviors change करने के लिए, safety culture change करने के लिए, stop work authority, reporting near misses, etc. आपको एक behavior change करने के लिए you will be using affective domain. Okay, and then psychomotor you will be using for for your demonstration. Okay, demonstration, hands-on practice. आपको ladder inspection, confined space entry steps के लिए, LOTO procedure के लिए psychomotor use करेंगे. Okay, very simple, structured way. These are actually tough topics, but you will understand in very easy manner. Okay. Now, there are adult learning theories are there, certain theories are there. And after this, we will be understanding the previous year's question paper. Okay. Now, cognitive theory of learning focuses on internal mental processes. That means you are understanding the fact. Okay. You are understanding the fact like memory, perception, problem solving rather than external behavior. Cognitive means what? Remembering information, understanding the fact. Okay. That is cognitive theory. That means if the question is asking how information is retained, the answer is cognitive theory. That means how you are memorizing things, that is cognitive theory. They will not ask direct questions. Okay. Now, just we are discussing the questions. Analyze which of the following should be the first step in developing a safety training program. Last video also we told. Similarly, the same question I am repeating because in order to get into your mind. Okay. Simple thing, first step. What is the first step in developing safety training program? That is need assessment. Okay, that is need assessment if the training is needed or not. We have discussed this concept to be discussed किया है. Training हमेशा that training is not the solution. You must understand whether training is required or not. Okay, whether there is some other problem or not, or if training is the problem or not, that you have to understand. To determine if training and to determine training and non-training needs, the safety professional must first to determine this also we have discussed last video we discuss किया है module 7 का first video में हम ये discuss किया है. To determine training and non-training needs, the safety professional must first prepare the budget, no, analyze management culture, no, in interview instructions, no, assess current worker performance. देखो, you have to understand the gap of the वर्कर अच्छा काम कर रहा है, बुरा काम कर रहा है, वो गैप समझने के बाद ही आपको ट्रेनिंग या नॉन ट्रेनिंग नीड्स आपको दे सकता है. वेरी सिंपल कॉमन क्वेश्चन, कॉमन सेंस क्वेश्चन इज दिस. दैट इज व्हाट आई विल टेल यू. ओके, देन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम एएसपी सीएसपी क्वेश्चंस कंसेप्ट समझो, कॉमन सेंस अप्लाई करो. And also the questions are very tricky. Understanding the question is the first step. Which of the following must be considered first before computer-based training? Following must be considered first before computer-based training. आपको देखो, this also simple concept. Okay, computer-based training करने से पहले आपको क्या consider करना है? Software, no. Computer availability, no. Internet, no. Need assessment, need training. Hey, training is required or not? That is the first thing. That is the basic concept. But then again, they are tricking you. Which situation would likely require a solution other than safety training? Okay. This also we have discussed in the last video. Worker refusal to follow rules, new hire. Which situation would require a solution other than safety training? That means safety training is not the solution here. Okay. New hire, safety training is required. Worker transferred, safety training is required. New procedure, safety training is required. Worker refusal to follow rules, safety training is not the solution because worker is not following, he is refusing. That means motivation is the problem. Safety training is not the solution. Which is a measurable action verb? We have told clearly, I have told this is an important question. Okay. Appreciate, understand, know, select. Select is an action word. Action. Selection is an action word. Understand, how much have you understood? Appreciate, how much appreciation? Know, what? No. Select means ek diya hai usme select karo. So that is an action. That is a verb actually. All verbs are action. Which is not a measurable performance. You cannot measure. Okay, understand how to respond, list steps, select tools, fill out forms. Understand how to respond. Okay, not a measurable performance. This is what the trick is. You will not understand the question itself. Not a measurable performance. Is important. Okay, so what is measurable performance? List is a measurable performance. Select is a measurable performance. Fill is a measurable performance. Not a measurable performance. Understand. See, we told understand is not an action verb. List is an action verb. Select एक action verb है. Fill एक action verb है. तो समझ में आया, right? What is not which is not a component of training objective. See, objective of the training we already told. Okay. Standard, condition, and performance. If you are having a gas monitor, that gas monitor in this condition, in this 100% accuracy, you can perform the bump test. So that is the training objective. Not a component means what? Developing learning activities. लर्निंग एक्टिविटीज ऑब्जेक्टिव में नहीं आएगा, ट्रेनिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव में नहीं आएगा. फर्स्ट वन यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव. Okay, and once that objective is set, then you will be developing the training activities and all. That is different step itself. Training objective should be based on course content, job hazard analysis, trainer qualification, tools. देखो tools तो पक्का नहीं, training objective not respect to the tools. Trainer qualification के लिए नहीं है, because trainer we can select based upon his qualification. Course content, no, it is based upon the job hazard analysis. See, according to the hazard, आपका hazard के अंडरस्टैंड होने के बाद वो hazard को नलिफाई करने के लिए, hazard के में ट्रेन करने के लिए you will be making the training objective. Okay. After determining training is needed, the correct sequence is, see, once you understand the training, that is ADDIE model, analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. Okay, so that is the model they are asking. Evaluate. So this is the answer. Design, acquire materials, develop, and evaluate. Okay. Which training method allows, see this ADDIE model we have there in our notes. Okay. Which training method allows least interaction? Lecture, role play, case study, discussion. Lecture, least interaction, passive method. Training method with highest retention, reading, listening, active, see. Active, highest retention. Okay. Active training requires instructor demonstration, instructor active. This also we have discussed in the last video. That is, employees do most of the work. See, active training, instructor demonstrate, instructor active, instructor reads. See, instructor doing, instructor active means what? Active training में instructor active नहीं होना है. Active training में employees active होना है. Instructor active होके फायदा नहीं. Discussed last time also. Which statement is true about performance-based training? Performance-based training, which statement is true? Solve specific. Performance-based training means what? It solves a specific safety training program or specific problems. Solve specific job problems. Cannot be measured. Feedback not important. Supervisor feedback not. Same from our notes itself, the question has come. Okay. Effective training program must include effective training program must include performance-based, measurable progress, implement plan, all of them. It is all of them. Effective training means it should be performance-based, measurable, and implement plan. Same from the definition itself. Most important action after training. Most important action after training is analyze grades. Understanding the grades, we already discussed in the notes itself. Grade में कोई value नहीं है. आपका site में जाके, if you can demonstrate, if you are doing in a safe manner, that is the correct method of evaluation. Training में evaluation करना चाहिए training के बाद. Grade में नहीं, review regulation नहीं, give hands-on test, obtain feedback. Give hands-on test is the most important thing, because after training, evaluation is coming. Okay. Feedback में, analyze the grades में value नहीं है, because the grade would be high, but the person would be going and doing the job in a wrong way. Validation of training is the best measured by validation of learning is best measured by learning objective achievement, practical exam, attendance, written test. Similarly, same thing, same concept which we have discussed here. Okay, validation of learning. If you have learned in a good manner or not, आपका training effective है क्या नहीं, कैसे समझेंगे? Learning objective achievement, practical exam, attendance, written test. No. If you have learning objective achievement, okay, if you have done the training and you are performing in a good manner, that is the correct way. Training done, materials ready, delivered, what remains? Okay, evaluation is the most important thing. Evaluation. Training के बाद evaluation में most of the time examination questions आएगा. Evaluation में आपको ज़्यादा समझने के लिए Ketrapac's model समझेंगे तो ये evaluation question would be very easy. That in a couple of videos we will discuss. Okay, which is not a learning domain: cognitive, affective, interactive, psychomotor. We know cognitive मतलब fact है, affective मतलब there is behavioral change. Psychomotor means what? Demonstration. Interactive is not the learning domain. Okay, already discussed in very detail. Which statement is incorrect about adult learners? Adults are self-motivated, correct. Adults do not expect immediate appreciation. Adults learn best actively. Adults develop skills. This is not the incorrect one. Okay, correct. That also we have discussed in the last time. Confined space training wants to perform instead of confined space trainees wants to perform instead of read. Preferred style is kinesthetic. Okay, kinesthetic. Visual auditory reading. Kinesthetic means what? Doing. Okay, they want to do. That is kinesthetic. Okay, हम लोग discuss करेंगे. Now again, certain delivery models are there. This one theories of learnings are there. We will discuss in the next class. Okay, fine. Thank you. Please subscribe, and as I always tell, please share this video to your friends also who are training for ASP CSP. Thank you.